Hey there. Good morning. How are you? Today we're going to talk about cruising with older adults or seniors. We travel with, there's a group of 6 of us that cruise together, and there's 2 80-year-olds, 2 70-year-olds, and 2 late 50-year-olds, and I'm not going to tell you which group I'm in. But anyways, when you're looking at the ship, you have to think who your party is. And this goes even if you're younger. If you've got lots of kids, you want the kiddie boat with lots of kids programs and water slides, miniature golf, all that. But if you're traveling with older adults, you have to look at different things, and ship size is what's the most important. And it wasn't something I noticed right away. I wanted the big ships with all the bells and whistles and all of that. But when it came down to it, our biggest issue or thing that bothered me the most was you eat dinner on this end of the ship, and the shows, which we always go see because that's what our party likes to do, is always on this end of the ship. And you're already trying to walk against everybody that's coming to dinner, and you're trying to dodge them and all the photography people and everything that's in your way as you're trying to get down there to get good seats for the show, because there's going to be a poll, or you're not going to sit together, or lots of other issues if you don't get there to get a good seat. But anyways, it's that length there that you don't think about until you're doing it every night, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, this is a lot of walking from this end to this end every night, let alone what your older adults with you are going through. Like my dad has an issue with his ankle. So I'm rushing and dodging people, and they're coming up behind me. But it's important when you're choosing your ship to, one, choose your port that you want to leave from. You like the parking. Like my favorite port in the whole wide world is Port Canaveral. And that may be because that's the first port I left out of. Tampa's the second favorite. Miami is all down in that area. Also, where you're going, because that's important. You want to go to islands you like. And thirdly, and most important, what size ship. Don't go for the bells and whistles if you don't need the bells and whistles, because bells and whistles mean more people, more crowds. I heard somebody say, oh, this boat's so small, there's only 2 food lines and the choices aren't as much. That's wrong. The size of the ship, you're still getting as much food. There's 2 lines instead of 4 lines maybe, but they only do the same kind of foods. You're not losing out. You're just keeping from having to be in 50 long lines all day long. And if you time things right, you don't even have to worry about the long lines. But today, we're talking about the size of the ship. I like the smaller ship, less people, crew is friendlier, they have less to do sometimes, they'll take time talking to you, and to me, that's the most important. It's a time to really get your money's worth, and if you're not waiting in long lines all the time, you're definitely getting your money's worth. So consider who's in your party, who's traveling with you, and look out at the size of ships. My personal favorites, I like the smaller ships. I don't need the crowds. I don't need the bells and whistles. You've got teenagers, you've got young things, you've got people you've got to entertain. Bells and whistles is what you need. Have a great day.